Wait, how was I gonna start this off? I forgot. Oh yeah. That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid. Unless you're a POW who's tortured and battered, cause to him you're zeros, cause he don't like his war heroes captured. That's not disrespecting the military.
You know, Emmett's been hailed as one of the greatest wordsmiths time and time again, and it's not hard to see why. The dude's got a razor-sharp tongue when it comes to dissing other artists, and he's got the awards to prove it. 15 Grammy wins, and a whopping 43 nominations, including Best Rap Song, Song of the Year, and Best Rap Solo Performance. Those are some serious stats. But it's not just about the awards. It's about the feuds he's sparked in the rap community. Seriously, the list of people he's dissed is practically as long as his entire catalog. So get ready to explore everyone who's had the pleasure, or maybe not so much pleasure, of being dissed by the one and only Eminem.
Number 2.
If I sign something for you and I see it on eBay, when you go home, I'm gonna be under your bed.
And the number 1 Eminem piece of advice for the kids.
Don't waste your time watching this show.
Mariah Carey. You know, one of Shady's most talked about beefs was with none other than the pop diva herself, Mariah Carey. Eminem kept insisting they dated, and he even went as far as playing voicemails he claimed were from her during his live shows. But Mariah was having none of it and flat out denied ever being in any kind of relationship with Marshall. Then, things took a musical turn when Carey dropped her sassy track, Obsessed, seemingly aimed at Eminem and his so-called obsession with her. But you know Shady couldn't just let that slide. He hit back with his own killer tune called The Warning, where he went all out, dissing Mariah and taking shots at her then-husband Nick Cannon in his classic savage Shady style. It was pure entertainment.
Those rumors are true, and I'm not gonna deny them.
So did you date him?
No. Can I just clarify that I did not have a physical relationship with him? I did not have an intimate relationship. I've been with less men than I can, than on one hand. So he's not one of those men.
Kim Kardashian. And remember that funny track, We Made You, from 2009? Eminem poked fun at a bunch of celebs, including Kim Kardashian. He spent a whole verse on her, joking about her backside and playfully questioning her gender. M wasn't trying to start a war with the reality star. He just seemed amused by her famous ass. The music video was a riot, with her exaggerated posterior making him fall over.
I'm such an Eminem fan.
Well, look, we talked to him. We talked to him about you. Here's what he said. Now, how do you feel about Kim Kardashian being honored? She said it already.
Comes out. When
What?
the actual album comes out, I don't know if she's gonna be honored, but
Why not?
nah, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I think it's cool she took it like a good sport. You know what I mean? I think it's cool when people do that and they kind of just like, oh, that's M.
Machine Gun Kelly. It all started with this tweet from MGK back in 2012, which he ended up deleting later. He called Eminem's daughter, Haley Jade, hot as hell. Well, that didn't go down well, and Kelly claimed he got banned from Eminem's Shade 45 radio station.
First when he said, I'm the greatest rapper alive since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45 or whatever he said, right? Like I'm trying to hinder his career.
Then things got interesting. The real fireworks began when Machine Gun Kelly dropped Rap Devil. He went all out, tearing into Eminem's character, legacy, age, and even made fun of his selfie game.
Now I'm in this fucking weird thing because I'm like, I gotta answer this motherfucker. And every time I do that, it makes that person as irrelevant as people say I am in hip hop. Yeah. I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I want to destroy him, but I also don't want to make him bigger.
Eminem didn't stay silent for long. He unleashed Kill Shot, a relentless lyrical beatdown. M didn't hold back. He called MGK a tatted up mumble rapper, laughed at his man bun, and even brought up MGK's ex Halsey. Yikes. Ja Rule. Before Marshall and Dre took 50 Cent under their wing and signed him, he already had this intense history with Ja. They had been involved in some crazy physical brawls, where 50 even punched Ja, and there were separate incidents where 50 and Tony Yayo got stabbed in Sony Studios. Anyway, Ja Rule was seriously pissed off when he found out that M and Dre were signing someone he had beef with, and it just went downhill from there. Ja started coming at M with some lines, bringing up stuff about M's family, like saying his mom's a crackhead and dissing Kim. He even took shot at Haley's future, which was just low. So, of course, Shady wasn't gonna let that slide. He and his crew got all fired up and hit back hard with the killer track, Haley's Revenge. Debbie Mathers. Alright, so if you haven't noticed from his songs, Marshall Mathers has a bunch of issues with his mom, Debbie Mathers. Debbie was still a teenager when she had Marshall, and they were always moving around, which made it tough for him to form any real lasting relationships. Shady's mom also struggled with addiction and mental health stuff for most of Eminem's childhood, so you can bet she wasn't getting any Parent of the Year awards.
It does hurt. And God knows I don't deserve it.
Marshall Mathers, aka Eminem, in song he imagines raping this woman, calls her a druggie, and according to her, has made her a pariah in the eyes of his fans.
She even released her own CD to explain her side of things, but Marshall wasn't having any of it. He hit back hard with Cleaning Out My Closet, taking shots at her like never before. But hey, in 2014, Eminem finally apologized to his mom, so there's that. Mumble rappers. When Eminem dropped Kamikaze out of the blue on August 30th, 2018, people were totally hyped, expecting some serious slams. And boy, did Shady deliver. He came out the gate swinging hard with the opening track, The Ringer. In that one, he straight up tore into a bunch of rappers and public figures he's had even a whiff of beef with. First, he went after those SoundCloud rappers like Lil Yachty, Lil Pump, and Lil Xan, giving them a reality check on their game. And then he didn't hold back on Charlamagne the God either, who dissed Eminem's BET Hip Hop Awards cypher, saying it was just okay back in 2017. Shady's response? He unleashed his lyrical fury. Limp Bizkit.
What about Eminem? I know you used to joke around with Eminem back in the day.
Yeah, he used to be my homie.
He used to be. Have you talked to him recently?
No, I haven't talked to him since he turned on me.
Oh, really? What happened?
I don't know, but I still love him.
There was this whole beef M had going on with Everlast. He thought it'd be a great idea to get Limp Bizkit, especially Fred Durst, on board for a diss track. At first, Limp Bizkit was up for it, but they backed out at the last minute. They were also on the anger management tour. Fred Durst supposedly was canceling every other show because his voice was hurting him. And then, to add fuel to the fire, DJ Lethal from Limp Bizkit went on an interview and claimed that Everlast could totally kick Eminem's ass in a real fight. You can imagine how that went down with M. He wasn't having any of it. So, what did he do? Eminem fired back with his track called Girls. When you betray Eminem, you have to be ready for all the smoke.
The reason that I dissed Limp Bizkit is because they're little girls. And the reason they're little girls is because we were on tour together, right? The anger management tour. And this has nothing to do with Fred canceling every other show because his throat hurt.
Christina Aguilera. Back in 2000, things got a bit messy when Christina Aguilera unintentionally sparked a feud during an MTV special interview. The pop diva spilled the beans, saying she heard M had tied the knot with the girl he rapped about offing in his record, My Name Is. Now, that tea was actually true. Shady got seriously pissed off that she said it on such a public platform like it was no big deal. So, you know what the real Slim Shady did? He fired back with some hot rhymes.
Claims to have seen it all happen. Can you tell me your name, sir?
Yeah, all I know is I'm upstairs, I'm listening to my Will Smith CD, and I seen all these flames going everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a minute, bitch.
You're destroying.
Hey, hold on a minute, yo. Detroit, what? Detroit, what?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Detroit, babies.
Will Smith. Back in '99, the MTV VMAs crowned Will Smith with the Best Male Video Award over M. During his acceptance speech, Smith threw some shade by mentioning how he didn't need to use profanity or threats to sell records. You can bet M felt that was aimed right at him and Dr. Dre. To hit back, Eminem fired shots with the real Slim Shady. Fast forward 5 years, and Will Smith finally responded with his track, Mr. Nice Guy. Now, here's the juicy part. According to DJ Jazzy Jeff, there might have been some bad blood simmering even before all this. Apparently, Smith told Eminem something back when he was about to sign with Aftermath Records. Will said, "You're either going to be the biggest flop in hip-hop, or you're going to be the biggest thing that we've ever seen in hip-hop." And well, it seems Eminem never quite forgot that. George Bush. You know, it's not exactly an everyday thing for rap lyrics to delve into politics, but sometimes they manage to catch the eye of the United States Secret Service. Back in 2003, there was this bootleg version of Shady's track, We As Americans, floating around online. There was this one line that really got the attention of GW's team. It went like, "Fuck money. I don't rap for dead presidents. I'd rather see the president dead. It's never been said, but I set precedents." So the Secret Service Office of Public Affairs had to step in and check out these rather intense lyrics. But M got off the hook pretty quickly. They couldn't pin anything on him. Clearly, they didn't seem to scare Eminem one bit, because he went after President Bush again in his 2004 track, Mosh, with lyrics like, "Let the president answer a higher anarchy. Strap him with an AK-47. Let him go fight his own war. Let him impress daddy that way." Kim, ex-wife. Eminem's track Kim is like his wildest love song ever, and you can only find it on the explicit version of Marshall Mathers' LP. No lie, Shady's always been open about the crazy roller coaster with his baby mama, but in Kim, he takes it to a whole new level. He's all scream rapping about doing some messed up stuff to Kim, her new dude, and their little kid.
I was embarrassed. I was humiliated. I cried. You know, I had to make sure that my kids don't hear it. And then I always just wondered what people think of me, you know?
But here's the crazy part. Kim somehow looked past all the shade he threw and they patched things up. But it all came back to haunt her when she saw him perform that song live. He's on stage abusing an inflatable version of Kim, and the crowd's eating it up. Kim was wrecked by the whole thing, and you can't blame her. It was intense, and the crowd was going nuts for it. M later apologized for it, which shows just how much he's grown since he started rapping himself. Nobody's safe from the wicked disses of Eminem, not even the man himself. In probably his most intense showdown, Eminem goes head-to-head with his own demons in the track Not Afraid. He acknowledges that Relapse wasn't his best work, and he even apologizes to his fans. Shady's always been real about his issues, from his inner struggles to his addiction battles throughout his rap career, but he really lays it all out in this song, giving himself a good old verbal thrashing. Snoop. So, you know that whole Eminem and Snoop Dogg feud? People made it way more dramatic than it actually was. Back in the day, Snoop got some jealousy vibes when Dre started showing more love to M than his old pal Snoop. Snoop dissed Eminem in his 2-minute warning, saying, "Shit, sip the gin then I'm in the wind. Pop a beam like an Eminem. So strong yet a nigga thin. Rappers stay saying Slim so shady, but ain't talking Eminem. So fuck you, him and him." M fired back in cold wind blows, but after that, they stopped throwing shade at each other. Snoop even said he didn't feature M in his tracks because M always stole the show. Seemed like Snoop's cool with M's game now.
Yeah, but you killed it though, bro. You challenged me, Marshall. You put me back in my karate school days where I used to be a young MC and, you know, love the challenge of having to try a new style with new cadence. And, you know what I'm saying? The rap game is supposed to be that. It's supposed to be challenging, right? It's supposed to make you dig in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard you on other songs with other rappers, and you tend to show out. So I wanted to make sure that I was going to represent.
Yeah, you showed out. You definitely showed out.
Just wanted to represent what you want.
Donald Trump.
This is what happens. When I start talking about Trump, I get too flustered in my head, and the shit that I want to say, there's too many things I want to say at once. So sometimes I start talking and I'm not able to convey the message the right way because I just get flustered and frustrated.
In 2017, Eminem finally went after the president again. Remember how he did that with George W. Bush in 2004? Well, this time, he had nothing good to say about the president of the United States. He spit fire on Big Sean's album, I Decided, talking about stuff like Flint water crisis, racism, and police brutality, topics the Trump administration weren't thrilled about. M didn't hold back, and he let the president have it with plenty of colorful language.
It's like, all right, he's somehow still got them because he's brainwashing them into thinking that something great is gonna happen. Nothing's happening.
Then Eminem dropped an a cappella video on YouTube called The Storm. Gotta watch out, Shady, or the Secret Service might come knocking.
And like, always make your life seem worse than it actually is.
Worse?
Yeah. You could take like little truths and just stretch them as far as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so what I should say maybe is my mother chopped me up and put me inside the briefcase and then mailed me to the school.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
like that. Yes.
Good.
Honorable mentions. There are a lot of other people that have been notably insulted by Eminem. We'll break it down real fast by category. Rappers: Insane Clown Posse, Benzino, Everlast, Vanilla Ice, Cannabis, Joe Budden. Politicians: Dick Cheney, Sarah Palin, Bill Clinton. Celebrities: Michael Jackson, Pamela Anderson, J-Lo, Carson Daly, Elvis Presley, Moby, and Britney Spears. As Eminem's career continued to flourish, so did the list of people who felt the sting of his quick wit and sharp tongue. But as time went on, M started to evolve, both as an artist and as a person. While he never lost his ability to deliver insane flows, he also learned the value of reflection and growth. So, while the list of people Eminem has dissed may be long, it's also a testament to the evolution of an artist who, despite his rough edges, has learned to use his talent for good. As time goes on, one thing remains certain: Eminem's words will continue to captivate and challenge audiences. Let us know what you think in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more in the best in hip-hop. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.